In this video, it's a collection caper. We are off to go and purchase a vehicle in that there London, probably. And I say we because I'm not actually buying it. It's going to be Tim, who from Cambrian Classics Limited. So yeah, the weather is hideous. We're just following a police motorbike who very kindly hasn't stopped us. And yeah, we're hoping we get through the weather at the moment. And we look forward to revealing what the vehicle is very, very shortly. But yeah, enjoy some pretty views of Wales for the time being. We are aboard a 2011 Volvo XC70, and yeah, it promises to be an adventurous day, but hopefully not too adventurous. Just driving through past Pont Abraham services. Never refueled there, it's always hideously overpriced. But we are having a second go around this roundabout because the traffic on the M4 is so bad. I think there's a lane closure for potholes. So we do get potholes in Wales, but generally the roads here are increasingly terrible, just like everywhere. The weather outside is frightful. Absolutely terrible. I'll put some lights on, for goodness sake. This is no time to be invisible. But yeah, we are struggling along. We've still got over 3 hours to go, and hopefully it won't all be like this, because this is terrible. After more than 3 hours of driving, we've finally made it to the Severn Bridge, where we find 2 lanes closed. Oh, that must have been fun getting the wide load through. Yeah, there's a wide load in front of us as well. It's been absolutely awful. But yeah, here we are. There's the other Severn Bridge in the distance. This looks so much more impressive at speed. Maybe I'll speed up the footage. And I can pretend we weren't crawling through here at no speed at all. Got more broken up road surface. Jeepers. There are some horrendous potholes opening up. You can fall into the water through that one, I think. There we go, now we get my speeded up footage. Yay! Soon we will land in England, and hopefully things will be better from now on. But
have you had your inoculations?
Yeah, I think I'm alright. Should be good. Not so much a wide load, more a really, really, really long load.
You exhausted the diet too?
Yeah. Big bore. So here we are, following Tim in his new car. Yes, he has bought a Mercedes-Benz C124 300CE. So based on the W124 series, and it's a bit of a beauty, I must admit. It cost a lot more than my own W124 300E cost, what, 11 years ago? But I think the price, 6250, as long as Tim doesn't mind me telling you that, is pretty fair for what it is. 92,000 miles, stacks of history, off the road for 10 years I think, recently recommissioned, and hopefully recommissioned well, because we are driving it 255 miles still to go until we're home. So it promises to be an adventure. As you can see, the weather is still grotty in the extreme. But yeah, I'm now driving Tim's Volvo XC70 5-cylinder diesel auto. Really nice bit of kit. Might be doing a bit of a review on this along the way home. And yeah, we'll see how the Mercedes-Benz does. It's an absolute beauty. I was in the back of it for the test drive, and yeah, just so lovely, peaceful and smooth. Just like this car is, but that one is much, much older. I suspect that one isn't going to do 42 mpg on the way home, but there we are. I can't really give you the full walk around of this car, but here is some footage I hastily shot of the Volvo being particularly badly parked by me at a petrol station while Tim was filling the Mercedes. And I think a really nice styled car. I think it looks absolutely great. But yeah, supremely comfortable, leather seats, heated. I've got them on the first setting. The third setting is a little fierce, but then This is a car designed for Scandinavian winters. Lovely 5-cylinder engine that I'll try and unleash at some point. Can't really hear it much on the motorway. Yeah, I've no idea how many speeds this automatic gearbox has, but it is many. I'll try and ping that up somewhere. And when you're accelerating, it's so smooth, you don't really notice the changes. They blur into each other very nicely, so it's a very smooth transmission. This example's done 197,728 miles, so it'll be going on for 198,000 by the time we get back. And you honestly would not know it. It drives so nicely. It's just a lovely example of a car, and proof that modern Volvos can do big mileage. Oh, I'd just like to say thank you to the lovely couple who bought me lunch today. I think it was Membry Services we were at. They'd also encountered the traffic chaos of Wales this morning. I hope they had a safe journey as well, but thank you very much. It was very kind of you. Me and Tim had split up in search of different lunches. Mostly fairly miserable, but that's British motorway service stations for you. But actually, I think I did okay with my Starbucks lunch. So we're being besieged by birds here at Reading Services. We're going to have a swap now. I'm going to go out in this one. Tim's just calling home. Slight issue is some tyre vibration, because these tyres are about 21 years old. So they're a bit on the hard side. So we should be trying not to go drifting. But isn't it a beauty? Lovely looking car. Like I say, 92,000 miles. It's got the full pillarless look going on, like the C124 coupe I tested, was it last year? Maybe the year before, I forget. But yeah, this has got the full 3-litre 6-cylinder 12-valve engine, so all the difference. Beautiful ribbed rear lights. Gonna have a quick peek inside, and yeah, really nice in here. We've even got aircon. It's got the full leather interior. It is fully spec'd up. So I've already had a ride in the back of it, and it's surprisingly comfortable back there. But handy tea shelf. Hello, Mr. Furious, if you're washing. Heat seaters, which I might well be glad of. But yeah, a few things for Tim to do. We had a poke underneath and found out that despite the recent MOT, the rear brake pipes are shot. So we won't be braking too hard on the way back. And that'll be his first job, I think, to get that done. But yeah, all good. Just starting to get a bit gloomy now, starting to lose the light. But I'll take you for a drive as we go down the road. It's just offered me my seatbelt. It's ready to go, but I thought you'd appreciate a windscreen wiper jiggity. Oh yeah, all the good times. Oh yeah, plenty of get up and go. Now, steering wheel's slightly off centre, unfortunately, but like I say, Tim's got a lot of things to do to fettle this one into perfect condition, which I'm sure he will. And incidentally, Tim's Mercedes-Benz 190, as tested on this channel, is now up for sale. I think he's looking for about £4,000, and that strikes me as value for what is a very lovely car. Oh yeah, it is a bit shuddery. Hopefully that is just round tyres and not a problem with the back end of this car, but if it is, it'll make for an exciting journey home. But as Annie Lennox sang, here comes the rain again. Now, one problem with these transmissions, I will say, is they don't have any torque converter locker. Yeah, this is really nice. There's a bit of a hardness to these cars. And when you get in, you think, oh, I'm not sure this is actually very comfortable, but you can just eat up the miles in them. They're absolutely spectacular. Oh yeah, there's definitely something feeling a little untoward. I can see why Tim wanted to give the tyres a bit of a check. That is a shame, because it is spoiling the refinement of what is an exceedingly refined car. Despite the pillarless windows, there is precious little wind noise. So yeah, it's very relaxing. Like I said, a torque converter lockup would make it more relaxing. My Australian Ford AU Fairmont would be doing a touch over 2,000 revs at these speeds, and we're doing 65 at the moment at almost 3,000. So it does feel a bit revvy after you've driven something truly wafting. Of course, the diesel Volvo, which is yeah, the very definition of effortless. Go for an overtake. Oh yeah, I mean, you barely tickle the throttle and away you go. And this old 12 valve engine, it isn't the most potent, but it has got some get up and go. An annoyance of these Mercs generally is the wiper stalk. You have to take your hand off and twist it to cycle through the wiper settings, and that's a mild annoyance. I like my wiper control to be done without having to take my hand off the wheel. You can wash by pushing the stalk in, and then of course back and forth is your main beam, but yeah, it doesn't detract too much from what is a lovely car. This is the joy of cars, the joy of the unknown. You just no idea how your purchase is going to go, how it's going to be. And that's what makes the drive home all the more interesting, regardless of how much you've paid. Right, we have 177 miles to go. So that was some of the journey home. It didn't get an awful lot better after that. The weather was horrendous.
Completely horrific.
Yeah, it was a journey to remember. But we got to Newport and swapped again. I went back to the Volvo. Very, very nice. And you took over the helm of the Mercedes again. And now we've got it on the ramp. We can find out what Tim's actually bought.
So find how much rust I paid for.
Yeah. So how is it looking so far?
Pretty good, thankfully. The sills and the floor and everything look nice, which can be a bit of a soft spot on the way that
we'll have a look at those in a moment.
Yeah, just correcting a few previous errors that have been made. The throttle cable was done up really tight, and probably in someone's effort to improve the throttle response, but it pulls it off of the micro switch for the idle system on the KJ-tronic. So it ends up, we had a bit of an issue with a funny idle when we stopped at the services.
It was kind of idling when we got to Wales, idling like 1500 RPM, which isn't where you want it to
settle again, but it was really strange. But so that's probably the problem, is someone's just tried to sport it up by cranking the throttle open.
Talking of cracking.
Yes.
Suspension woes.
Yeah, it's even though it's got a 12-month simity on it, it's got a pair of broken car springs on the front.
No, we can really see the springs here.
No, we'll see them underneath a lot better.
So if any of you noticed it was sitting a little low, we were wondering, because it is a Sportline, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was a bit odd. It was slightly higher at the back than the front.
It got a bit of dragster stance going on.
Yeah. So yes, it's got a pair of broken springs. The bottom ball joints aren't looking particularly happy. This one started squeaking just as we pulled in to home
just
in the dark.
You were dropping me home. We're just like, what's that noise? So thankfully it did get us all the way back.
Yeah, because these are quite famous for seizing the bottom ball joints and then breaking the nose off the ball joint. So
oh, lovely.
Yeah, they so do those immediately. Otherwise, it's looking quite tidy. The vibration, we'll show you the cause of that in a minute.
Okay.
Wasn't our first, wasn't the first assumption either.
No, we assumed it was the elderly tyres.
Yes, no, but there is another cause for that. Also pretty sure that's an MOT fail as well.
So yeah, we're wondering about the MOT somewhat.
Yeah.
Right.
Not quite minimum standards.
Yeah, we'll get her up in the air and have a poke about underneath. Another thing we notice is the exhaust sounds a little on the sporty side. So just going to quick explore that. It's got a ridiculous immobiliser on it, which takes about 15 attempts to disable. It does sound very blowy. It could just be the baffles are blown out of the silencer or something. Not actually leaking anywhere, is it?
I think it's just very drony.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice and quiet, just keep doing that.
That's fixed it.
Yeah.
Although oddly, I've not got a lot of pressure there.
Well, it doesn't seem to be leaking out anywhere else. No. Although the centre silencer is looking a little crusty.
It is. It's got a heat shield on it. It's the heat shield that's gone crusty.
Oh yeah, I can't see any blowing or hear any. It's just a bit of a boom box, quite literally.
Yeah. Maybe it's got a sporty silencer. It's not an original type silencer. I don't know. We'll have a look.
Oh, there is a very important check. While she's running, We haven't checked the headlamp wipers
Ah,
yet.
yes.
So lights on and wash away. Yes! Full complement. And of course, the famous mono wiper. Look at that action. Beautiful. Yeah, that's a crack. Pretty easy one to spot as well.
Yeah,
if
nice.
you were actually looking.
If you're actually testing it.
Yeah.
The other one is a little bit harder to see, but it is broken. Oh yeah, if you go that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right down the bottom. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Gonna need a bit of wire brushing under here.
Yeah, it is. It's got a lot of surface rust. The ball joint. This ball joint's squeaky when you rotate.
Right, so that's the squeaky one. But
Yeah.
it's pretty dry under here.
Surprisingly, it's not got a lot of oil leaks. The 190 took a little bit of work to cure all the oil leaks that it had. This appears to be like fiberglass covering with a heat shield on the top. Although it looks horrendous, it's actually got an inner core.
Yeah.
But it's nice all along the sills and the edges. And
Oh yeah, the key area
Thankfully.
I'm thinking is kind of rear subframe mounts, because
yeah,
mine needed some attention there. But this all looks
yeah, it's all
pretty good.
nice. Again, the subframe needs good wire brushing and a good coat of wax and stuff.
Yeah.
It does have quite a bit of surface rust, but it's a 30-year-old car. This brake is
Oh yeah, not ever so ideal.
after a 300-mile drive.
I'm amazed that wasn't getting hotter on the journey. 'Cause
It probably was, but we were multiple feet away from it at the time. But, you know, in all the bottoms of the boot floor and stuff and
Yeah.
corners, it seems nice. Yeah, I don't know.
clues there maybe. Do some excavation.
Yeah. Laser. Does anyone know what laser silencers are?
Oh, rear dampers look new.
Yeah, it's had shocks and anti-roll bar links.
Yeah.
Original springs all the way around, usually. The paint markings
So
on
you
it.
were saying you'd found the source of the rumbling, but we
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh dear. That's yeah, that's a lot of movement around them bolts.
Yeah.
It's just utterly tired rubber.
So the prop shaft probably got, because it can go out of alignment. There's a high chance that that could be the issue. It could well need tyres as well, but it's only going to cure that
Yeah,
first.
that's not going to help. Oh gosh, yeah.
There are lots of brake pipes like that.
Yeah, to not even advise on that. Righty.
Yeah, when you start looking around,
Yeah.
which you can see on the camera there, that I mean, at the minimum, you have to advise that, but it's, I mean, this is a fuel pipe, it's got surface on
It's
it.
terrifying though, isn't it? I mean, you went into this pretty wide open, eyes wide open. rather than-
Yeah,
You know your way around these cars, so you had it up and you were able to look underneath, but someone else might have just looked at it, gone fresh MOT, brilliant.
yeah, any car that I buy, because I do what I do, I'll always find fault with it. You know, it's just how it is. I was expecting to do some work on it, but basic stuff like that, you think, come on, Mr. MOT man, you know, should have picked that up. But, you know, it's not a rotter, that's the important thing.
Fundamentally, it is a beautiful car.
Yeah, the inner arches are all nice and, you know, it's all mucky because we drove it in the pouring weather, but,
Oh, we know it's a treat car.
oh yes.
So there we go. We've had a good poke around it, and it seems a pretty decent buy, I must say. But we're actually a few days on since we were filming in the workshop, and already you've been doing some purchasing.
Yes, yeah, I've been burning the plastic. For springs then I've ordered from Mercedes. I could only get them from Mercedes. They weren't available aftermarket because they're the Sportline springs. But surprisingly, Mercedes had them in stock in the UK. So they're coming. Not too unreasonable, they're £100 each.
Oh, that's not bad.
Genuine parts.
Yeah.
I can't really...
Because Mercedes-Benz do like to support their older cars, so...
Yeah, I was surprised. I've ordered some real random stuff and it was all available, most of it UK. The only thing that's had to come from Germany was the battery hold-down clamp, which is surprising. But I've also taken all the fan belt and auxiliary belt side of things apart because I noticed the belt was quite slack. So I went to tighten it up the other day and just turning the adjuster and nothing's happening. The tensioner is separated, so that's all to go back together again. So at the moment, it's a nice yard ornament.
Yeah.
But, you know, get these things done. They get done quickly and then I can drive it around and enjoy
Yeah.
it. But it was a nice drive bringing it back.
It was,
Surprisingly.
absolute credit to it, given how long it had been off the road. What, 10 years it was parked up?
Yeah.
And what did the chap say? It had done about 9 miles since he MOT'd it.
Yeah, something like that.
And then we drove it all the way back to Wales, and thankfully without serious issue. So yeah, a few issues to sort out, but nothing too dramatic really in the big scheme of things.
No, it's you know, normal old car stuff. I mean, the good thing about it is the floor's not rotten at the back.
Yes, indeed.
I found one small bit that needs a bit of repair underneath the washer bottle in the front wing. But you know, it's a flat plate, and it's, you know,
Yeah,
just
could be
bottle.
an awful lot worse.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these are old cars now. You know, 30 years. Is it?
Yeah, 30,
So-
31.
They've aged pretty
Lovely.
well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to driving it now. I'm getting a bit itchy about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to driving it again once it's been worked on to see sort of how it feels.
That's it.
But yeah, if you would like to see a road test on this vehicle, do let me know down in the comments. We've got more Mercedes-Benz content coming soon, with which you have also been involved.
Yes.
So
around the edges,
watch out for that coming very soon. But yeah, it was a good day out, despite some traffic challenges, some drive-line challenges. It was a lovely day. So yeah, thanks for inviting me along.
No problem. It's nice to have some company on a pickup rather than blindly getting on a train and
Excellent.
all
So,
of that. So, yeah.
thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you in a future video. Farewell.
Bye.
Oh, straight onto the headlamp wiper.